How are you, Betty? Definitely.
That's okay, I'm fine. How are you?
Let's take cola. It's the spot. 12 ounces. That's a lot. Twice as much more nickel too. Vegetable is the drink for you. Nickel, 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 nickel. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello is a shampoo that glorifies your hair. So hello, everybody. Hello. With softer rising curls and brighter sparkling hair. So hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, shampoo. Hello.
Did a headache spoil the day for you? Are you still feeling a little miserable and upset? Well, of course, it would have been wise to take Alka-Seltzer at work earlier in the day. But don't wait now. Take it right away. And next time, remember that Alka-Seltzer is first aid for relief from headaches. Alka-Seltzer is easy to take, pleasant tasting too. Here's all you do. Dissolve 1 or 2 Alka-Seltzer tablets in a glass of water, then drink it. Since Alka-Seltzer is a solution when you take it, the pain-relieving analgesic sodium acetylsalicylate is ready to go right to work. And say, that fizz that creates thousands of sparkling bubbles is key to Alka-Seltzer's relief-giving qualities. Yes, it gets there fast. It gives fast relief. So remember, first aid for relief from headache is Alka-Seltzer.
What's the first radio program you can remember?
Adam Date's Eve.
Date's Eve. Depending on your age, your answers will be quite different. yet no less intimate. And that's part of the magic of radio. It speaks to millions, and yet it speaks to each of us as individuals. Members of every generation have checkpoints in their history, times when radio spoke directly to them. That's part of the magic of radio. Comedy, drama, mystery and westerns, science fiction and suspense, and horror. These are all parts of the golden age of radio. We hope to take you back in time tonight to a time when science fiction didn't depend on multi-million-dollar Hollywood special effects, and horror didn't depend on some phantasmagoric makeup artist. So sit back and relax, close your eyes if you like, and let us take you back to the golden age of radio. It is later than you think.
This is Arch Obler, bringing you another in our series of Stories of the Unusual. And once again, we caution you, these lights-out stories are definitely not for the timid soul. So we tell you calmly and very sincerely, if you frighten easily, turn off your radio now.
Albert? Albert?
Jess, Adelina, I'm here.
Dr. Miller. Dr. Miller.
Jess, she'll be here any moment. I sent for her. You must not talk, Adelina. You're strained. Come, Frank. We'll see if Dr. Miller is coming.
Ja.
Ah, so. Now I can breathe.
But Albert, Dr. Miller, why do you send for her? What can she do?
Do not be a fool. Did you not hear her? It was the old woman. Dr. Miller. Dr. Miller. I tell you, she drove me crazy with it. So finally I sent for Dr. Miller.
But when will she come?
Who knows? And if she does come, what difference can it make? The old woman, worn out machine. 84 years is long enough. Ah, perhaps that is the doctor now.
I will with you. I cannot believe that she would come here.
In a moment we shall see. Jess, I am coming.
Adelina lives here?
Yes? Jess, Dr. Miller. You do not recognize me, perhaps. I am the mayor, old Albert.
Oh, yes.
Will you honor my house by entering?
Of course.
I did not know if you would come. You are so busy, and she is such an old woman.
She is a friend of my mother's. Where is she?
This way, please.
Albert,
Oh, yes, doctor, if you would permit me. This is my good neighbor, Frank.
it is a great honor to meet you, Dr. Miller.
Adelina, you say she is dying. Why do you keep me from her?
Oh, no, Dr. Miller. Do not even think such a thing. Come this way. In here, doctor, in here. You hear? She talks with her last breath so pitifully. It is a great pity. Ah, but for one as old as she, it will take heaven's own intervention to...
Go now.
Oh, yes, of course, doctor. Anything you say.
Adelina. What? Try to open your eyes. It is I, your old friend, Dr. Miller. Dr. Miller? Yes, I came as quickly as I could. I'm ready to. Ah, yes. Here is my hand. Oh, my friend, you are in pain. My son, my youngest. In 2 days, he will be here. Oh, Dr. Miller, I am so tired. I want to die, but not yet. Not No, no. You must rest.
I tell you, I must not die. Not yet. My youngest. He comes. I must see him once more. I must not die. Not yet.
Oh, my friend.
You call me friend. You are my only friend. Please help me.
What can I do?
Give me life. Give me life for a few more hours until my son arrives. You are so wise. A few more hours, please. Give me life.
Life.
I am so old, I know. My body is cold. Warm. With your wisdom, you must know some way. Keep a little warmth within me. A little warmth until he comes.
Yes, I will help you. But you must not speak. You must use all your strength in listening and in trying to understand what I'm going to say. Good friend, what I'm about to tell you is so strange that I almost dare not speak. And yet if I am to help you as you ask, I must speak. No. Just listen. As you said yourself, death is very close to you. And since yours is a disease of old age, of a body worn with long years of living, there's nothing else medicine can do for you, except perhaps to ease your leaving of this life. And I will help you. But what I'm about to do to you is something I should not do. Listen, good friend. Try to understand. For many years, I have worked with little white mice, attempting to discover the true nature of cancer. For many years, good friend, and while in these studies, I've made a discovery which moves beyond all understanding. In working on the little creatures, I discovered that when an organism has lived its full span of years, the cells within the body become aged, worn, and become what I call a fibroblast. Now I have discovered that by injecting these extracts of the tissues, she dies. What should I promised her. I must do it. I must. My instrument. I must. My promise. The hypodermic. My hands tremble. The liquid is so green. If it only gives her a little more of life. My hands must be sure. Needle. Deep into her heart. No, you must live. Only a few seconds more until I can... There. Deep. Done. No, it will never work. My experiment's foolishness. The reaction on the mice are only the illusions of my hopes. And to do what I have done to this woman, her dying flesh, her pulse almost gone, forgive me, my old friend, in your death. No, not dead. Lips, cheeks red, eyes open, so bright, so fresh, so young. Doctor? No, it cannot be.
Dr. Miller, open up! What is it? Dr. Miller, where is the old woman? Where is Adelena? Doctor, this young woman, who?
It is I, Adelena. Look at me. My arms are warm, young, alive. My cheeks, I can feel them, round and full like they were years ago. She made me young. She did it. She, me, an old woman, Adelena, now young. Who could have known?
Young! A miracle on earth! A dying old woman young again! Oh, doctor, all the state shall know about this, doctor. You have conquered death, and we shall live forever!
Oh no! What have I done?
What is it? What do you want?
Doctor, it is I, Frank. Oh, such news. He is coming here. I tell you, he comes here. The mayor is bringing him. He refused to wait till morning.
And who is
this impatient one that has to see me at midnight?
It is His Excellency.
His Excellency?
Yeah,
Frank, what are you saying?
yeah, I tell you, His Excellency. Well, his last name. I never can remember names. Well, his picture. You see his picture everywhere. He's coming here, doctor, to see you. And the mayor's bringing him.
Frank, you've been drinking.
Oh, no. I tell you the truth. The great one has heard of the miracle of Radio-thon.
What are you saying?
Yeah, the miracle. The resurrection from the grave. I've heard him talking to the mayor. He's coming to see you. See there. I tell you the truth.
Open up! Open up in there!
Aren't you all going to open the door?
What else is there to do?
Open it. Yeah. I'm coming.
Well, Frank, where is she? Where is Dr. Miller? You told us.
I am here, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, I did not see you standing there in the shadows. Doctor, a great honor has come to see you. Jess, a great honor. The most distinguished visitor in our community I have ever known. Jess, a most distinguished old guest.
Introduce me, you cackling old fool.
Oh, Jess, so Excellency. I really thought I meant to
Stand
say only...
aside, you fat old fool. Dr. Miller, do you know who I am?
Yes, Your Excellency.
I am a man of few words. I will speak plainly. I want plain answers.
I am at your service, Your Excellency.
Then tell me quickly, how did you do this miracle?
Miracle?
He means Adelena. Isn't
Shut your mouth. I am talking. Go, all of you. Go. Now then, doctor, I ask you for an answer. How did you give that old woman back her youth? Well, don't stand there staring at me. I want an answer. How did you do it?
There is nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
No.
Do you realize to whom you are speaking? Now, there is no doubt that you do not. In your unfortunate isolation, you have failed to do your duty in having the proper knowledge of who is important to the state. All right, I will educate you. I am Joseph Brown, Doctor of Philosophy and a member of the Department of Propaganda.
I know of you.
So, then speak plainly. There's no use hiding facts. I have seen the woman with my own eyes. Your fat mayor took me to see her. I have talked to neighbors and friends. I know that she was worn out and aged, dying. Now she's young again. Speak and speak plainly. How did you do it?
And if I tell you?
If you tell me, my dear doctor, this is your house, your experiments in that room.
My laboratory.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Your Excellency.
come here.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Open that door.
At once, Your Excellency, at once.
Into your laboratory, my fine doctor. I will follow. The rest of you, stay out here. Now, we will be quite alone. So now we can speak plainly. So this is where you do your work, my fine doctor?
Yes.
What have we here? Well, mice. Little white mice. How charming.
I use them in my experiments.
And what are your experiments?
The hereditary factor in cancer.
Cancer. You persist in lying to me. Doctor, they tell me you are a very clever woman. Yet I assure you, you will be most stupid if you persist in keeping the truth from me. I am not a violent man, so I ask you very calmly to be sensible and speak freely. Now then, the miracle of youth. How did you do it?
I'm not quite sure myself.
Have you no answer at all? Well, there are other methods. Mr. Mayor,
You want me, Your Excellency?
come here.
Yes, Your Excellency. Anything you say.
Mr. Mayor, how old are you?
Well, Your Excellency, I'm not quite sure. In my 50s, I believe.
All right. You will do. Bare your arm.
My arm?
You heard me. All right, doctor. Give him the injection.
Injection? Me? I
Kindly
don't know
shut
about
your
that.
mouth. You heard my order, doctor. Do as I say.
The injection? To him?
Yes. To him, I spoke plainly enough.
But I can't do that.
Why not? You have more of the liquid.
Yes, but don't you understand? Its permanent reactions on the human mechanisms aren't known. I don't know that I dare not use it.
But that woman, she is young.
Well, yes, but who knows?
All right. That's quite enough. Doctor, I have come a long way to investigate a rumor. Now I am here, and you will do as I say.
If I refuse?
Do not speak as a child. I am not a violent man, and yet, doctor, it would be a pity to lose your life work. Oh, do not stand there. I am growing quite impatient. Yes, and your mayor, too, grows impatient.
Oh, Your Excellency, what are you going to do to me? I'm an old
Hold your
man.
mouth and bare your arm, you old fool. Well, Doctor?
I am ready.
Excellent.
Oh, Doctor.
Hold your tongue. Proceed, Doctor.
It will not hurt.
Ow!
So, how simple. The needle in, you press the plunger.
It is done. How do you feel, my friend?
Yes, yes. How is it, old man? What's going on inside of you?
I...
Look, his flesh.
Begins to glow, like hers did.
The wrinkles are gone. His back is straightening.
It's happened again.
A miracle. Speak, man, speak.
Your Excellency, my head, it hurts. My blood rushing through my veins. Doctor, why do you look at me so? My voice sounds so strange in my ears.
Look! Look in the mirror ahead of you, you old fool.
Yes. No, it cannot be. My face, young. I am young again. Doctor, look at me, young again. Young.
Young again.
Young, I am young. My muscles are strong. I jump, I dance. Let me out of here. Everyone shall see.
Yes, go, go.
Frank, everyone look. I'm young again. I'm young. She made me young.
So, it makes them young again.
Does it?
Are you blind? Didn't you see it as I just saw it? Wrinkled flesh, twisted back straight. I tell you, a gift from the state to heaven.
Or hell?
All science is mad, and all scientists are madmen. I've often said that. Only we who think without blood think clearly and recognize our destiny.
I don't understand.
Oh, you will receive many honors for this, Doctor. But first, you have kept an accurate record of your experiments?
Yes.
May I ask where?
Notebook. This.
Excellent. In the name of the state, I ask you to give it to me.
To you?
Yes.
But what would you do with it?
I told you, there are some of us who recognize our destiny. I recognize this as mine.
What?
With this power in my possession, think what a wonder I can perform. An army of youth, everlasting youth, an army invincible.
Oh, no!
Old men young and young men forever young. An army without end, sweeping the earth, and I, yes, I, their leader.
No, you can't use it for that.
Cannot? Ah, yes, I understand. You're thinking that there is another leader. Well, Doctor, at this moment, I can speak quite frankly with you. Yes, there is a leader, and they bow their heads to him, the masses. But I will tell you this. It was my brains, my catchwords, my slogans that taught them to look on him as the invincible. And so what they shout for in a man exists only in me. Ha 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 ha! Now perhaps he can take his rightful place as an emotional old woman kneelant, while I know the wonder and the power of the soft word. With your elixir of juice to tempt men, I shall become quite invincible, with an army invincible. You do not speak. All right. Then do give me the notebook.
No, you cannot make me. You cannot make men young to kill. Make them young to live.
The notebook, Doctor.
I'll not give it to you. My work has been to preserve life, not to destroy it.
The notebook.
No! You can't have it. Not for soldiers, do you hear me? Not for soldiers.
As you wish, Doctor. I told you, I am not a violent man. Good night. Colonel,
Yes, Your Excellency.
go in there. She has a notebook in her hand. Bring it to me quickly.
Yes, Your Excellency.
A good doctor. She has committed suicide.
Company, halt! Company, orders of the day. Company A, D, F, G, report to medical officers at 1. Company J and Q, report to medical officers at 1200.
Your regiments, General. They do not quite know what is happening to them.
Ja, bitte. Your Excellency, they obey orders.
Come, let us go into your office.
As you say.
Now then, you can speak most comfortably. How many men have been treated?
50 specially picked ones.
You are satisfied with the results?
It was beyond belief.
And so, you will join me?
Anything you say. Ah, when does it happen?
He's giving one of his infernal orations next week in the old hall. With you and the others to help me, I assure you, his old womanish ravings will end right there.
You speak of others.
Do you doubt they will join me?
Oh, no. All men will follow you.
Well, naturally.
To think that you should have made such a discovery.
I sometimes surprise myself.
And you alone know the formula?
Yes, that's why I'm so sure of you and the others. It will be most pleasant to know that the lights of youth are forever my friend.
Have you taken the injection yet?
No. I decided to wait until the results of our test cases are quite complete. 50 human guinea pigs. Now that I am certain of the success, yes, I will do it once. By injection, here. I have it all ready. Hypodermic filled. Very well filled. How interesting it looks in its case. General, my immortality.
Yes.
You would like your youth again now, too?
I'm not ready.
There's nothing to fear. You see? I pinched the skin on my arm. The needle bites. For a moment. So, it is done.
Do you feel pain?
Huh? Pain? No. Only a strange warmth in my veins. I feel my blood seems to run swifter.
Your face. Your face!
What? What is it?
It is changed.
Yes, I feel it. I'm growing young. A young man again. I told you young. Oh, yes.
How dare you! Get out!
No! Let him come in. Let him come in. Nothing disturbs a young man. Nothing. Well, what is it you want? Well, how thoughtful of you to bring me such a beautiful young woman.
Yeah, it's about her that come to see you, Your Excellency. Her papa, the mayor.
The mayor?
The mayor, yeah, he is waiting outside.
But who are you? Oh, yes. Yes, I remember you. You're from that village where... this woman. The first to be rejuvenated.
Yeah, Your Excellency. Adelena, the very first. The villagers, they sent me to ask you. You will help her and the mayor, won't you, Your Excellency?
Help? What are you talking about? Look at her. She's the picture of youth. She was dying of old age. But look at her now, young and beautiful.
Your Excellency, it is so sad. Young, as you say, beautiful. But the devil's brew that Dr. Miller put into her veins. Listen to what was done to her.
What? What?
Speak, Adelena. Speak.
No, I won't, and you can't make me.
Stop. Make her stop. I order you, make her stop. Stop! You. Tell me what's wrong with the woman.
I tell you, the devil's brew. That stuff that makes her young.
Speak. I command you, speak.
1,000 pardons, Your Excellency. I'm trying to. It made her young. It made her body young. But day after day, her mind has kept on growing younger.
No, you lie. You lie. It's not the injection. It was something else.
No, I tell you the truth. The mayor, it did the same thing to the mayor. To the injection.
No, it can't be the injection. No. General.
What?
Why do you look at me?
You took an injection. A large one.
Get out. All of you, get out. You can't frighten me. Get out. My mind is fine. Yes, it was lies. Yes. Cannot be the injection. Some strange disease. I'm all right. I must be all right. Yes. I'm strong. My mind is strong. I'm young. I'm not a violent man. No. How can the mind grow young and the body strong? It cannot be. My voice, my head, spins. Younger. What was I saying? Younger. The room is spinning. Where am I? My voice. Strange. These clothes. Young. Soldier's clothes. I am a soldier, I am a soldier. I am my head, oh, mother, my head. Where am I? I want my mother. My head hurts. Mother, mother. Mama, 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 mama. It is later than you think. Sneeze.
Hey, tell us, Bill, how can we arrive? It's easy, Jack. Any girl gets this when you flash a smile by Pepsodent. You run through where you get a ring to that shoot with Pepsodent. Pepsodent's new improved formula cleans teeth whiter than ever. Tastes brighter, too. New formula Pepsodent contains IMP. There's nothing else as good at getting teeth white. You'll wonder where the yellow went when you got your teeth with Pepsodent.
KGGP, talk of the 30s, talk of the time.
Yes, thank you, no. Yes, Constantina tomato paste. Two beans times two beans is 4 beans. 10 beans times 4 beans, and add 3 more beans, make 43 with coffee beans. Yes, you get 43 beans in every cup. I'll never compare your real coffee beans, that's all there is. You never compare 43 beans in every cup. They get compared in all coffee is good coffee. With the left hand and on the cup, taste it. Thank you these days. Having lots of fun? Believe me, I know some folks that are into some fun. So Lily Bird friends of Annie already sent for their new 1940 model Orphan Annie shake-up bun. You know, all Annie's friends, chocolate flavor. Get these swell shake-up buns free. And boy, are they beauty. Wait till you see them. They're made of genuine beetlewear in brand new color. Green and a bright black scarlet. And every mug has a big colored picture of Orphan Annie and her dog Sandy right on the front. And don't forget, the shaker upper is a 2-in-1 kit. When you put the top on, it makes a keen shaker for mixing your ice cold chocolate-flavored Ovaltine shake-up. And then, when you take the bright red top off, presto, the shaker turns into a swell big drinking mug, holding a creamy, bubbly shake-up all ready for you to drink. Man alive, what fun you'll have with that shaker-upper. Playing this shake-up game with your friends and having shake-up parties, making a picnic out of every meal this summer. Think of having a delicious ice-cold shake-up drink anytime you want it, made with fresh cold milk and sweet chocolate. What a treat on a warm summer day. And of course, Mother will be glad to have you fix all the shake-ups you want, because she knows how much extra pep and energy food there is in every single Ovaltine shake-up. Loads of extra vitamins and minerals needs to be healthy and happy the way we all want to be. So, here's the thing. Annie wants all her friends to have one of these swell new 1940 model shake-up mugs, and you want to get one, I know. Especially when Annie has fixed it so fellas and girls who drink Ovaltine can get one absolutely free. Even though our regular price is 50 cents. So, listen close. Here's what to do. Sit right down after tonight's adventure and print your name and address plainly on a piece of paper. Send it in, along with a thin metal foil seal from under the lid of a can of sweet chocolate-flavored Ovaltine. Mail it to Orphan Annie, Chicago, Illinois, and she'll send you your new 1940 model shake-up mug absolutely free. Now, don't put it off, will you? Ask Mother to get you a can of sweet chocolate-flavored Ovaltine right now, and send in that seal for your free shake-up mug tonight. Mail it to Orphan Annie, Chicago, Illinois. Annie's sorry, but she can offer this wonderful free shake-up mug only to her friends who live in the United States. But if you do live in the United States, send in tonight.
It is later than you think.
This is Arch Obler, bringing you another in our series of stories of the unusual. And once again, we caution you, these lights-out stories are definitely not for the timid soul. So we tell you calmly and very sincerely, if you frighten easily, turn off your radio now.
And now, if you haven't already done so, turn off your lights and listen to Murder Castle.
I tell you, Captain, it don't make sense. We picked her up walking down the street, saying the same thing over and over again. Why, she's as goofy as they come, I tell you. Listen to her yourself.
Revenge. 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 Revenge.
Now, listen to her, Captain.
Revenge.
Over and over again.
Revenge.
Such a pretty girl. What could have driven her out of her mind like that, I ask you?
Revenge.
Yes, what is it?
I'm looking for a Mr. Henry Stewart, if you please.
Oh, you mean about the advertisement?
Yes, that's right. I got here as soon as I could.
That's all right. As long as you got here, that's all that matters. Come in.
Oh, thank you.
And just put your suitcase down there. It'll be all right.
Thank you.
Now, come right this way.
Thank you.
And just step in here, Miss,
Malone. Ella Malone?
Oh, yes, of course. Miss Malone. Now then, you'll have a chair.
Thank you.
There we are. Now then, Miss Malone. To be perfectly frank with you, I wasn't quite expecting you today.
Oh, I'm truly sorry, Mr. Stewart, but you see, I took the wrong train, and well, I had the hardest time finding the house. I do hope you'll forgive me.
Of course. Don't give it another thought. Promptness may be a virtue, but we all can't be virtuous now, can we? Now then, you're here in answer to my advertisement.
Yes, sir. You wrote me?
Oh, yes, of course. You're the young lady from,
Cranesville.
Oh, yes, Cranesville. You have my letter with you?
Oh, yes, sir. Right here, sir.
Oh, yes. Now then, your friends know you came here, of course.
No, there's no one very much interested, Mr. Stewart.
Oh, come now, pretty young girl like you. No beaux and so on and so on.
No, there's no one, sir. I mean, you can depend on me to give all of my attention to my work.
Very commendable indeed. My work, as I wrote you, is entirely confidential. My philanthropies are to a great extent entirely sub rosa. No fuss, no feathers. You understand what I mean?
Oh, yes, sir.
As my secretary, my affairs will be entirely in your hands. My checking account, my finances, and so on, entirely in your care.
I understand, sir.
It's quite a responsibility, and you're quite a young woman. And as I wrote you, the bank, they require...
Oh, yes, I understand. The bond? I brought the money for it. $300? I've got it right here, sir.
Oh, fine. Yes, that's very businesslike. Yes, indeed. I'll give you a receipt, and there will be.
Mr. Stewart?
Yeah. Oh, my pen. Oh, yes, here.
My money. Will I be able to get it back from the bank any time I would leave your employ? I mean, when you want me to?
Well, yes, of course. Well, now then, here we are. Received of Miss Nellie Malone.
Ella.
Oh, yes, of course, Ella. Memory isn't what it used to be. That's why I need a good secretary.
I'm very good at remembering things.
Oh, you are. Now then, here we are. Now I guess this receipt is in good order. Received of Miss Ella Malone, $300, to be deposited with the Merchant's Bank as surety bond, to be returned to said Ella Malone upon request. There's my signature. Now, how's that?
I'm sure that will do very well, sir.
Now, then, you've got my receipt, but I,
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Oh, not at all.
Of course. I have it right here.
Oh, I understand. The excitement of your trip.
Here it is, Mr. Stewart. You see, I had it all ready in an envelope. Now, if you'll open it...
No, not at all. Bank can do that when I send it to them in the morning. Now, put your purse down over there, and I'll show you through your new home.
Yes, Mr. Stewart.
Now, we'll go right up these stairs.
Yes, Mr. Stewart.
Oh, yes. You'll find I have quite a place here. 3 stories high, and every inch of it my design.
Rather,
Watch it.
dark.
Yes, careful.
Oh.
Careful now.
Oh, I'm all right.
Mustn't hurt yourself. Hardly the way to start a new job. Now then. Here we are. Got a nice room for you. Very nice. Fact of the matter is, you can choose any room here on this floor.
But, Mr. Stewart, your daughters?
Daughters?
Yes, won't they object? You said any room.
Oh, yes, my daughters. I did write you about them, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Well, don't mind about them. They're upstairs studying. Now, right here. I suggest that you take this room, at least for tonight.
Whatever you say, Mr. Stewart.
Now, let's get the light on in here. Now, there we are. Nice, isn't it?
I've never had such a large room. If you'd one a little smaller...
On the contrary, my dear Miss Malone, you'll find this one small enough. Perhaps a little too small. Yes, indeed, entirely too small.
Mr. Stewart? Locking the door? Mr. Stewart, why did you... Mr. Stewart, why did you lock the door? Mr. Stewart? Mr. Stewart? Why did you shut me in here? Mr. Stewart, please, answer me! Mr. Stewart, please, let me out of here! Mr. Stewart, it's getting dark! The lights, let me out!
Yes, Miss Nord. There's no doubt in my mind that you're the very person I want to employ as my housekeeper.
I'm very glad to hear that, Mr. Stewart.
Of course, the matter of being housekeeper of a place as large as mine calls for definite qualities. You understand, of course.
I'll always do my best, sir.
One certainly can't ask for more than that, now indeed.
Your wife? Maybe she'd like to talk to me?
My wife. Oh, yes, of course. I wrote you about my wife, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Well, my wife is out, shopping. As soon as she returns, you will meet her. I'm sure she'll find your recommendations as satisfactory as I did.
Makes me very happy. I've always wanted to work in such a fine house.
Now, about money.
Oh, any salary you want to pay me, Mr. Stewart, is all right. I just want a chance to show you how good I can do your work.
Very commendable. Yes, indeed. But we must agree on a salary. I'm the sort of man who has a respect for money and expects a similar respect in others. Oh, yes, and speaking of money, you'll be wanting to open a new bank account, I suppose.
Bank account?
Yes, it's my principle that everyone employed by me should have a savings account. Builds character. I'll open an account for you in the morning. You can transfer any other account you have back in your hometown up to my bank. Convenience, you know.
Oh, no, sir. I haven't got that. I haven't any money in the bank back home. I took it all out.
Oh.
It wasn't much anyway. What was left of Father's insurance money after my mother died.
Oh, yes. Well, then, supposing you leave your things here and we'll look over the house.
That would be very nice.
Oh, yes. Right through this way.
I will be glad to be working in such a big house.
Right this way. Oh, yes. Quite an establishment here. Built it all myself.
I work hard, Mr. Stewart.
Oh, yes. I'm certain you will. Now, right down these stairs. I'll show you everything downstairs first.
You have a washing machine.
Oh, yes. Everything modern, everything convenient. High, wide basement. There you are. Now, watch yourself. Just a little dark down here this time of day.
Oh, it is a big basement, all right. Could hang up plenty of washing down here.
Oh, yes, indeed. Now, if you'll just come this way.
You building something down here?
Building? Oh, yes, indeed. Always building. Always changing. Remodeling. Changing. Change. Always. That's my hobby. Always building, changing,
hard to keep clean.
Now, don't you worry about that. Everything will be cleaned up in short order. The bags of sand, concrete mixer, everything will be out of the way. Nothing will bother you at all, not at all. No, right this way.
You're making more room?
Yes, indeed. With nice, clean concrete floors. Here, look at this one.
It's kind of dark.
Well, come, get closer. All my own work. You see the floor? It's still wet. I like concrete, don't you?
Yes, it is clean.
Yes, covers everything. You know how deep that concrete is? 3 feet deep. Yes, ma'am, 3 feet deep. I just poured it an hour before you honored me with your present. 3 feet. That'll make it a mighty thick slab of stone, won't it, Miss Nord? Thick enough to cover...
No!
Yes, indeed. A fist to the point of the jaw, still a most effective anesthesia. Ah, there you are. You're quite a heavy one, Miss Nord. Up you go, and in you go. Face down. What an unusual bed you lie in, Miss Nord. Sinking. Down. And the concrete will harden. And I guess I'll have to get myself a new housekeeper. Hello. Is this the employment agency? This is Mr. Stewart, Mr. Henry Stewart. I'm interested in employing a nurse for my child. Oh, someone preferably unattached who can live here with my wife and myself. No. Just send me their names and addresses and references and so on and so on. I'll send you a check for the services. My address is 424 East 7th. Yes, that's right. Just their names and addresses. Yes. I'll send you a check. Yes. I'll be there. Yes. What is it?
Is Mr. Stewart in?
Ah, yes. Yes, indeed. Well, won't you come in? I'm Mr. Stewart.
Thank you.
You are answering in regard to,
Secretarial position. You wrote me a letter?
Oh, yes, indeed. Won't you step in here, please?
Thank you.
You sit there, I'll sit here. We'll get better acquainted. Put your suitcase down there. Anything. It's on the floor. Now then, I didn't quite get your name.
Ray. Betty Ray. You wrote me?
Oh, yes, of course. I remember you distinctly. Now then, you have my letter? Just to sort of refresh my memory. The circumstances, don't you know?
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Eh?
I didn't bring it with me.
Oh, well, suppose you then tell me a little bit more about yourself. Mother and father saw you off at the train, I suppose?
Oh, no, sir. It's the way I wrote you, Mr. Stewart. I'm quite alone.
Oh, yes. Well, but first there's the matter of the surety bond. I wrote you about that, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Ah, yes, I felt quite certain about that.
Mr. Stewart, I was wondering.
Yes?
Have you had many secretaries?
Why do you ask that?
Oh, I just want to know.
But why? Why do you ask that question?
And what happens to them after you hire them? Tell me, what happens to them?
Young woman, just who are you?
My name is Betty Malone.
Malone?
Betty Malone, my sister Ella, came here about a month ago about a job, and I want to know where she is. Do you hear me? I want to know where she is.
Why, I don't think I quite know what you're talking about.
Why do you lie to me? Why do you lie? She was here. I know she was.
Well, then, what makes you so sure?
A letter you wrote her. The first one. I waited a whole month, and then I came here, and as soon as I saw you, I thought something was wrong, and now I know there is.
What if I tell you again that I don't know what you're talking about?
I'll go to the police. They'll make you tell the truth. I know she came here. I know she did. Why do you laugh? Why?
Because you're being a very foolish young lady. Very foolish indeed. There's no need to get excited. Of course your sister is here. And very happy, too.
She's here?
Yes, and very happy, too.
Well, then take me to her. Please, take me to her.
All right. No need to get excited. Of course I'll take you to her. I intended to all along. I was just having a little joke with you.
Is she all right? Is she all right?
Of course, of course. Now then, come right along with me. Come right along. Come on, down here. Yes, yes. She's right up here. Been with me over a month.
Why didn't she write? Why didn't she tell me?
Now then, right down this hall and you can ask her that for yourself.
This isn't a trick, is it?
My dear young lady, you have easily the most suspicious mind of anyone I've ever met. Why, I'm quite a helpless old man. You always have recourse, as you put it, to the police. Right here, in this room. Go right in.
All right. It's locked.
Well, knock on the door. She'll open it for you.
Ella! Ella, it's Betty. Let me in, darling, it's Betty.
You must be sleeping.
Ella, please, it's Betty, your sister Betty.
Well, she's certainly a tight sleeper.
But she can't be sleeping. Open the door, please, open the door.
All right, all right. No reason to get excited.
Quickly, open the door, quickly.
Now, don't excite yourself needlessly. There you are. Now go ahead. You open the door.
Ella, it's Betty. Ella, what?
Now then, my dear Betty, we understand each other clearly, don't we?
Ella dead?
Nothing like a complete understanding, is there?
Ella dead?
No, it wasn't so difficult. I shut the door, sealed it, and nature took care of the rest.
Ella dead?
Oh, she died quite easily. Much easier than others.
Why?
You mean, why do I do it? Very simple explanation, young woman. This is my business.
Business?
Yes, my business. Some men make their fortunes in stocks, some in bonds, some in business. And this is my business.
Business? Why?
Why is any business conducted? Profit, my dear. And I've made quite a neat little profit, oh yes. And a very safe one, too.
Ella dead?
Yes, and you're the first to come wandering about looking for one of my customers. The first, and I assure you the last. Oh yes, 30 women have come in my front door. 31, including you and Ella. Now, come along.
No.
I'll tell you all about them.
No.
You'll find it most instructive. Yes, indeed. Now come.
Don't hold my arm. Don't hold my arm.
Oh, but I must. These corridors, they twist and turn. Oh yes, it's best I hold your arm. You get lost easily around this house. My most interesting house.
Where are you taking me?
Ah, yes. There were 30 before you. Most interesting array. I used to read the want ads in small town papers. And then I'd write letters. Oh, most interesting letters. I needed a secretary, a housekeeper, a nurse,
Ella dead.
excellent salary, unusual accommodations,
Ella, somehow I knew this might happen.
and they brought all of their worldly belongings with them, generally in a suitcase. A little here, a little there. Oh, I assure you, it has been a most profitable. And now in this room, for example.
No, don't open that door.
No, perhaps it would be better not to. The one in here came to be my housekeeper. Oh, let me see. How long ago was it? Ah, well, no matter. She came as a housekeeper, and after she went into retirement in that room, I found in her suitcase such interesting bonds. Why, I tell you, my eyes nearly popped out of my head. Yes, it's the uncertainty that makes my little business so very fascinating.
30 women.
Now, let's go a little way. Down here. Don't make me pull you along. Killed? Wasn't so difficult. Most women are such fools, anxious to believe what they want to believe.
They came here for life and you gave them death?
Ah, you're the smart one. That's why I'm even bothering you, showing you my work. I never did the others. Showing you around won't do any harm. You won't be talking long.
30 women died.
Now, in this room. Oh, let me open and show you.
No, don't make me look, please. Don't make me look.
You see?
No.
There's no reason for excitement. Just an empty room. Well, that's what she thought when she went in here. Then I pressed this button so. And the floor flopped open as she stood on it. Down she went. Down, down, down. Into a pit of lime. Ah, yes. I tried out so many different ways of killing them. You wonder why they'll never find me out? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I'm much too smart for all of them. Oh, not perfect crimes. No. Nothing infantile. But just cleverness in choosing the women I do my business with. And an equal cleverness in doing away with them. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
Ella dead?
Ella. What does she matter? Just another... Why speak of Ella when I'm telling you about my cleverness?
It isn't right for you to live.
Well, you aren't a judge of living and dying in this place. I am. Now then, what was I telling you? Oh, yes. Yes. Why, they'll never get you.
Ella, seen you?
No corpus delicti. And if there is one, no evidence of violence. And that's the secret.
Done things in my head.
Hail of quick lying. There's no corpus delicti. After that, I can tell you. Not when you buried them in a slab of concrete. That's the secret.
Ella, if I could have only been with you, big sister.
Now, this room. Let me show it to you. I think this will be your room, my dear.
So very frightened.
You see? Door. Airtight. Airtight. Yes, indeed. I'll open. The room. An amazing sight, isn't it? No door, no windows.
Could have helped you.
Now, I'll shut you up inside the room. Then I'll close the door. And I'll press this button here, like this. You hear that, little one? You hear that? Pumping.
Ella.
Pumping.
Ella, my
Pumping.
head.
And guess what it's pumping?
My head.
Air. You hear me? Pumping the air out of the room. Yeah, that's clever, isn't it? You breathe, and soon there will be nothing to breathe. And then you'll die. And if the police do find your body, no mark of violence, nothing but asphyxiation. A most mysterious death, they'll say. In time, they'll decide it's all quite natural. Embolism, heart attack. Oh, they'll think up a fancy name to clear their files. Yes, indeed, they always do.
It isn't right for him to live, is it, Ella?
Now, first, off with the pump. Now, my dear, I think you better step inside quickly now, so I can close the door and go about my other work. Quickly now, I tell you.
No, wait.
Wait for what?
I want to give you something.
What can you give me that doesn't already belong to me?
This!
Gun.
Get in that room.
Gun. You had a gun in your purse all the time?
Father's. I brought it for the man who... Ella, get in that room.
No, wait, no!
Get in there. I'll pull the trigger. Get in there. I'll kill you.
Don't!
Get in that room.
No, don't! I'm a harmless old man. I wouldn't hurt you. I was only fooling. No! Let me out of here! Open this door! Out!
Revenge. It's right to revenge, isn't it, Ella? He said to press this button, Ella. The pump, it's running, Ella. Listen to it. It's killing him. The way he killed you. It's right to revenge, isn't it, big sister? Right to revenge. Right to revenge. Right to revenge.
The air! It's going up! Shut off that motor out there, you hear me? Shut off that motor! Pumping up the air! Pumping it up! See the pipe? I can't reach the pipe! Shut it off out there! Shut it off, it'll kill me! Kill me! Air's getting thinner already! I'll give you anything! Anything you want! I'll tear the walls down! Let me out of here! I can't die! Air! Man's got to have air! Let me out! My eardrums are breaking! There's blood in my mouth! No air! Breath of air!
Revenge. Yes, listen to her, Captain. Over and over again. Such a young and pretty girl. What could have driven her mind out of her mind like that? Crazy like that? What, I ask you?
It is later than you think.
Is this intermission?
Yeah.
Fresh cut hams here. Ham, fresh cut
Oh, really?
Last time I saw how you spelled it wrong.
I didn't find it on the poster. Blame management.
The Johnson's Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly with Donald Novice, Phil Thompson, and the Billy Mills Orchestra. Are the colors of your kitchen linoleum as bright and fresh as the day you first picked it out? Or have they become dull and faded? Do you know the easy way to keep the colors of your linoleum bright and cheerful? The answer is with Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. Glow Coat turns a dull, lifeless floor into a beautiful floor in 20 minutes. And it requires no rubbing or buffing. That's why it's called self-polishing. And that's just one of the reasons why Glow Coat has become America's #1 floor polish. You can use Glow Coat on your varnished or wood-painted floors, too. It gives a hard, gleaming polish that's easy to keep clean and spotless. If you clean something with the floor that's protected with Glow Coat, you simply mop it up with a damp cloth. Now, if you aren't using Glow Coat on your linoleum floors, order some tomorrow from your dealer. Remember the name, GLO-COAT, Self-Polishing Glow Coat. There's a Halloween party in progress tonight given by the McGee's next-door neighbors, the Throckmorton P. Gildersleeves. And among the guests, we find many names from Wistful Vista's Blue Book, plus 2 names from Wistful Vista's telephone book, Fibber McGee and Molly.
Well, it's quite a party, ain't it, Molly?
Aye, certainly is, McGee. Stop blowing cigar smoke in me face, dearie.
Excuse me, I thought you'd like it. It's one of the best cigars I've ever...
Hello, McGee. Hello, Mrs. McGee. Mighty glad you could come over tonight.
Well, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve. 'Tis a lovely party.
I have to hand it to you, Gildersleeve, for thinking up clever games to play.
Clever games?
Yeah, like hiding the cigars. How'd you ever think of hiding them in that bottom drawer of your dresser?
Well, McGee, you had no business a snooping in Mr. Gildersleeve's dresser.
It's quite all right, folks. Always glad to have the guests make themselves quite at home.
See?
If you'd like to check over my last bank statement, McGee, you'll find it in the desk in the library.
You must be mistaken, Mr. Gildersleeve. I didn't see it, and I went all through that desk looking for the cigar.
Heavenly daisies, don't be so snoopy.
I ain't Snoopy. I'm just alert. Incidentally, Gildersleeve, there's a letter on your desk from your tailor. You mean to tell me you pay $85 for them suits you wear?
Why, Yes, I do, McGee.
My goodness, McGee buys 4 of them for that price, don't you, dearie?
Is that so? You mean he buys his clothes? Well, if you'll excuse me, folks, I'll see how the other guests are getting along. Have a good time.
What does he mean? Do I buy my clothes? What does he think I get him?
Well, if you get them where I think he thinks you get them, I think you'll think twice about asking.
You mean you think
Well, hello there, Molly. Hello, Fibber. Gee, are we having fun?
What are you doing, Mr. Wilcox?
Oh, playing games. Come in the other room. Boomer's gonna do some sleight of hand tricks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for my first astounding bit of wizardry, I take this $5 bill. Don't seem to have a $5 bill. Will someone from the group please pass me a $5 bill?
Why, $5 bill, Boomer. Can't you do it with the 1?
Why, certainly not. 5 is a magical number. 5 pennies in a nickel, 5 nickels in a quarter, and 5 quarters in a buck and a quarter. Thank you, Mr. Wilcox. Thank you, sucker. Now watch me closely. Presto, abracadabra, and zingo. The bill has disappeared. Entirely without the use of mirrors or concealed wires. Thank you. All right, quiet now, please. With another simple twist of the wrist, and I might feel a slight pang of regret, I will restore the $5 bill. Presto, abracadabra, and zingo. And here. Well, must have made a slip somewhere. Can't seem to bring it back.
Oh, no, you don't, Boomer. Fork over that fin.
Come, uncouth. Surely you aren't accusing Horatio K. Boomer of chicanery? I have your $5 bill right here, someplace. Now, where could I have put that $5 bill? Let me look through my pockets.
That guy's so light-fingered he put his hands under an anvil to give it a manicure.
And you better keep an eye on the anvil, too.
Now, let me see. $5 bill. Where could I have put the $5 bill? Ah, here it is. No, it isn't either. That's a photograph of my cousin Guernsey, Boomer.
Good heavens, bow-legged, isn't he?
Not naturally, my dear, but he's been ridden out of town so often on rail that his knees have lost touch with one another. Now let me see. Here's an advertisement for asbestos seat covers. Handy for driving hot cars. Package of corn remover. Here, give some to your scriptwriter. Postcard from Minnie the Moocher. The dear girl. She says she's now a facial masseuse in Texas. That little panhandler. Small bottle of mint sauce in case I want to take it on the lam. The check for a short beer. Well, imagine that. No $5 bill. Wonder if it could have blown out the window. I'll blow out the door and see.
Hey, wait a minute. Where are you going? Come back.
McGee, did Mr. Gildersleeve show you his new automatic phonograph that plays both records of 12 records? Both sides of those records without stopping?
Yeah, wonderful, ain't it?
Wonderful, why it's almost human.
I'll say it is. Just out of curiosity, I dropped a sleeping tablet in a needle box. It's been playing a man in his dream for 20 minutes.
Hello there, Johnny. Hello, daughter. Quite a party, ain't it?
Yes, it certainly is, Mr. Old-Timer.
Yeah?
He says, yes, it is. People go to parties for the same reason. Bald-headed guys go to burlesque shows. They at least have the illusion of letting their hair down.
Yeah. That's pretty good, Johnny. But the way I heard it, the president's secretary said to him, "Say, Mr. Roosevelt," he says, "I haven't seen you make any appointments for next week." "Nope," says Mr. Roosevelt. "I thought I'd do my Christmas shopping early." Well, I gotta get to the other room, Johnny. They're a bobbing for apples in there, and I gotta get my girl out. She's a pippin'.
Well, the old coot's a hoot, ain't he, Molly?
Hi there, folks. How's everything going?
Oh, just fine, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hey, by the way, when do we eat, Rocky?
Well, they're serving a buffet supper a little later.
Hot dog, you hear that, Molly? Buffet supper.
Aye, that's McGee's favorite kind of meal, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yep.
He goes around the buffet table like Seabiscuit around a fast track.
Well, that's fine. Or is it? But before we have dinner, folks, we're going to have a little more fun. Mrs. Uppington is going to tell somebody's fortune. Yes, they're drawing names in the other room right now to see who the lucky man is.
Oh, don't you go
Hey,
here.
looks like you're it, McGee. Oh, this could be very amusing.
Yes, it's the first party we've ever been to where McGee stuck out his hand instead of his neck.
Ho, 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 hey, here, folks, here he is.
Oh, here you are, Mr. McGee. I hope you don't mind having your fortune told.
Oh gosh, no, Uppy. As the chicken said when he busted out the egg, I guess the future's worth taking a peek at. Well, which hand do you want to read?
Well, that depends on Mr. McGee. Are you right or left-handed?
I think he's left-handed. He reached for the lunch check today with his right hand, and he fumbled horribly.
Well then, give me your left hand, Mr. McGee.
Okay, here you are. Pa, meet Mrs. Uppington. Mrs. Uppington, meet my pa.
Oh, how do you do? Very glad to meet you. Dear, that was a joke, wasn't it? Oh, wait till I put my glasses on. I didn't have them on last time, and I was horribly embarrassed, you know.
Why, Mrs. Uppington?
Oh, my dear. He had pigskin gloves on, and I told him I could see him lying on a plate with 2 fried eggs and a side of toast. What a silly girl.
Well, get busy, Uppy. Tell me, pretty gypsy.
Oh, very well. Now, first comes the matter of intelligence.
Oh, we do, eh? Get a load of this, bub.
Intelligence is indicated by a small mound at the base of the finger.
What mound? I don't see any mound.
And now this line, this is a lifeline.
Oh, well, throw it out. I'm going down for the 3rd time.
Well, your lifeline tells me that. Oh, good heavens.
What, Mrs. Uppington?
Oh, Mrs. McGee, I regret to inform you that your husband has been dead for 12 years.
Very good, Abigail. Very good. Well, folks, we have time for a couple more games before supper. Have you any suggestions?
Hey,
Come on, what do you want to do?
You know, I think it would be fun if we turned out the lights and told ghost stories.
Well, that's a splendid idea. Everybody sit down, folks, and I'll turn out the light.
Want me to tell the first ghost story, folks?
What do you
know what?
know about telling ghost stories, McGee?
Who, me? Oh, shucks. Well, I've been an expert at telling ghost stories since I was a kid. Used to give myself the creeps before I could walk. Made quite a study of ghost stories. Got so that every time I'd walk into somebody's yard, folks would shake their heads and look grave. Graveyard McGee, that was known as. Graveyard McGee, the gloomiest guy that ever gave goose flesh to a gruesome gathering with Gregorian ghosts and goblins getting guys go for great gods with ghastly goings on, galvanizing groups of gate and greenhorns with Gallic and graphic gibberish and drawing on the tails of ghosts of the Golden Gate to bring land city to the yeah, quit pinching me.
All right, McGee. You know so much about ghost stories? You go ahead and tell one.
Okay, now let me think.
Say, I know one. Shall I tell it?
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Let McGee go tell
Thank
the
you.
story.
Well, it happened one night as I was driving through the swamps of Louisiana. Suddenly, my engine went dead. There I was, stranded miles from nowhere, and a storm was coming up. I had to find shelter somewhere, so I walked up the road to a deserted-looking, ramshackled old house. But before I could knock, the door swung open slowly.
Excuse me, folks. My foot was asleep. I was straightening out my leg. You go ahead, Johnny.
Thank you. Well, as soon as my eyes got used to the darkness, I saw a ghostly, shimmering figure, and I heard a hollowy voice say, "Where's my head?"
Mr. Wilcox, weren't you horribly perturbed?
Was I? My nerves were wavering back and forth like windshield wipers. But I took myself in hand and I said, "I'm sorry, buddy. I haven't got your head. Where'd you lose it?" And the ghost said, "Right in this house. I came home one day and I saw the kitchen floor looking so dull, dingy, streaked, and worn. I flew into a rage.
Pasha.
I lost my head and bawled my wife out something terrible. Gee, I wish I hadn't done it, because I know now what I should have done. But by that time I had the door open and I ran like the dickens."
Well, Mr. Wilcox, what be the point of that story?
Well, the point is, if you're haunted by the appearance of dull, faded, hard-to-clean linoleum floors, just try Johnson's Flow Coat. The no rubbing, no buffing floor polish that's easy to use. It keeps linoleum looking new indefinitely, and not only that...
Okay, you pulled the plug. Now get out of the tub. Turn the lights on, somebody.
Just a moment, folks. I think supper's ready. So if you want to step into the dining room.
Well, come on, McGee. What are you waiting for?
You go ahead, Molly. I'll be in later. I got something I want to do. Kind of a little Halloween gag. Don't say anything, buddy. I'll be back in a little while. Boy, it's dark out here. I can see Gildersleeve's face tomorrow when he looks in his garage.
Boo!
What? Get away from me. Who's there? Who's there?
I really scared you, huh?
Oh, hello there, little girl. It's so dark out here I didn't see you. What you doing?
Huh?
I said, what you doing?
Playing Halloween. Me and Ed been having fun, too. Tipping over garbage cans and soap in windows and scaring people and everything.
Oh, yeah, have you?
Uh-huh.
Now, this is the night for it. Incidentally, know the difference between a ghost and a sailor with a sprained ankle?
No.
Well, one's a hobgoblin and the other's a gobhoblin.
Huh?
I said, one's a hobgoblin. Oh, never mind. You run along, have your fun, sis. I gotta attend to my own business.
What you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do?
Oh, never you mind now.
I bet you're gonna ring somebody's doorbell and run away, I'll betcha.
Oh, no, I ain't.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, no, I ain't.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. Listen, sis, you run along, have your fun. I'm gonna go have mine.
Huh? Why won't you let me go with you, huh? Please, why won't you, huh?
Dagrabbit. 'Cause I can't let you. Don't talk so loud. Listen. You know who Rogers this is over here?
Yep, it's Mr. Gildersleeve's, I'll betcha.
Yeah. And I'm Mr. McGee, and I live right next door here. I'm gonna play a little Halloween trick on Mr. Gildersleeve. Hey, I want to hear. Look, I'm gonna sneak into Gildersleeve's garage and let all the air out of his tires. Now that'll be a panic, won't it?
Will it?
Why, sure it will. Why, when old Gildersleeve comes out in the morning and sees a...
You see, you're making all the noise, I'll betcha.
Come on. You won't be the one that helps. Come get this garage door open.
Gee, aren't we having fun?
I wish it wasn't so dark in here. But I don't dare strike a light. Now look, sis. You let the air out of the side on that side, and let all the air out of the tires on this side. You don't let the air out of the tires?
Yep, I let the air out 5 tires already tonight, I'll betcha.
Okay, go ahead.
Gee, isn't this a dandy idea, mister?
I thought it was a pretty good idea myself, sis, but don't you tell him.
Hey, mister, the tires are flat on this side.
Okay, now see here, sis. This is a secret between you and me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I gotta get back to the party now.
Okay, but do you know any more riddles?
Nah, I don't know any more riddles.
I do. What's the difference between a peanut butter sandwich and a policeman?
Peanut butter sandwich and a policeman. Gee, I don't know the difference between them.
Oh, well, I guess you're out of luck then, because here comes the policeman. Run!
What? Hey, I'm out of here!
I got the world on a string, sitting on a ring. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. I've got a song that I sing. I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger. Lucky me, can't you see I'm in love? Life is a beautiful thing. As long as I hold the string, I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let go. I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. Life is a beautiful thing. As long as I hold the string, I'd be a crazy so-and-so if I should ever let go. I have got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow, got the string around my finger. What a world! Look at that beautiful girl. What a wonderful life. I'm in love.
Yeah, well, we have to go now.
Well, I'm sorry you folks have to leave so early, but I'm mighty glad you could come over.
Well, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve. My, it's been a simply marvelous party.
You betcha, Thrucky, old man. You sure know how to throw a party.
Oh, it was lovely. Say goodnight to Mrs. Gildersleeve for me.
Yes, me too, Gildersleeve. That's a wonderful cook, that wife of yours. We had a terrific time tonight. Tell her that, please.
Well, I certainly will. I'm sorry she was so busy in the kitchen she couldn't meet any of you folks. But you must come over some other time.
Could I have my chauffeur drop you off somewhere, Mrs. McGee?
Oh, no, thank you, Mrs. Uppington. We just live right next door. Thank you. Good night.
Oh, good night. See you later. Boy, what a lousy party.
Heavenly days. I wonder who told them they knew how to entertain.
Yeah, old Gildersleeve in an expensive cigars. Look at him. All 10 of them. Dry as a bone.
Well, I'm going up to bed, dearie. I'm tired.
Oh, well, I'll cover it up too.
My goodness, I hope I don't have bad dreams from that terrible food. Did you taste those hors d'oeuvres, McGee?
They weren't a temptation for me. Imagine that, though. Imagine old lady Uppington trying to tell fortunes. I think I'll get a crystal 8-ball for Christmas.
Could you pass me cold cream? Thanks. Did you see those cheap towels in the bathroom? They were like limp sandpaper.
Gee, you scared me with that mask of cold cream on. Say, why didn't you wear that to the party tonight? Imagine them old fogies playing post office at their age. Ain't a one of them sufficient postage.
Now don't drop your shoes right there on the floor, or else someone will stumble over them.
All right. And on my side of the bed, I'll be the one to trip over them. Well, I'll just put them in here.
McGee, don't! Now then, I'd warned you. Ah, well, we'll fix it in the morning.
Well, what time should I set the clock for?
Oh, not too early, dearie. I want to sleep a while in the morning.
Me too. After that like that.
That ghost story of Mr. Wilcox's.
Yeah.
I'll bet the sponsor haunts him.
The way those people lay. You see that old timer chasing that ham around like a hacker's agent? Hey, this underwear don't fit as good as it used to a few years ago, Molly.
It doesn't.
It's getting a little snug around the ankles. Oh, baby, does this bed feel good to Papa? I'll say, remind me to tell you that story. I did a little trick on Gildersleeve tonight. It was Molly. It was a big. Oh, what a party that was. Good night, Molly.
Good night, dearie. I wonder who that is this time of night. 79 Whisper Vista, Molly McGee speaking. Who? Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, well, that was real thoughtful of ya. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes, we had a simply marvelous time. Yes. Good night. McGee! That was Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, that's the shirt one.
Well, he really did you a favor.
Oh, how's that?
He said he forgot to tell you while you were over there.
Oh, forgot to tell me what.
Well, his car was downtown being repaired, and he saw ours standing in the alley, and he was afraid the Halloween pranksters would hurt it, so he put it in his own garage.
Halloween pranksters. Alley. Car. What? I let the air out of my own tires?
Yeah.
Fibber and Molly will be back in just a moment. One more time. Look down at your floors for a moment. Is there anything in your entire home that gets such hardware? Well, waxed floors never need scrubbing, and they're the easiest of all floors to keep clean. Ask your dealer for genuine Johnson's Wax, paste or liquid, in a familiar red and yellow package.
Now, folks, we didn't really feel that way about Gildersleeve's party. We just want to give you an idea of what may think happens after one of our parties. Incidentally, Molly, there was one game we didn't play over there tonight.
What was that, dearie?
Pin the tail on the elephant.
Oh, no, you mean pin the tail on the donkey.
Oh, no, Gildersleeve's a Republican.
Oh. Good night, everybody.
Good night, all. Good night.
This is Harlow Wilcox speaking for the makers of Johnson Wax and Johnson Self-Polishing Glow Coat, Racine, Wisconsin, inviting you all to be with us again next week at the same time. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
We can't escape after them hors-d'oeuvres tonight, but we got a whole bunch more out on the deck out there. If you come out outside with us and help us eat them down, we'd appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm sure it'll be a simply marvelous party. Please come join us.
Of your kitchen linoleum as